Hey, what's up guys, autofanatic. So we're actually going to be retiring the Alfa Romeo Stelvio TI Sport. So just want to show you guys, these are the tires that come OEM. These are the Continental Cross Contacts. Personally, I hate them. I hated them since new, but the car actually handles pretty damn well with them. So we got 22,000 miles on our Stelvio TI Sport, and the reason why we're doing this is because we're going into winter. It's already December, and these are definitely getting down to the wear limiters. And I finally was able to get the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S All Seasons. Now, this tire, I believe, supersedes the AS3 Plus, which is their all season. I actually had those on the Infiniti Q50 Red Sport. They were pretty good, except we had some issues where the tire itself, from being out in the cold weather, exhibited cracking throughout. So they completely went back to the drawing board and came out with a brand new tire. This is their ultra high performance all season. You can see it there. So we're doing 255, 45, ZR20, so these are high speed rated. These are also extra load rated. Now, another thing I hate about the cross contacts are these ribs all the way along the sidewall. So every time you dress the tires, it just makes it a little bit messy and a little bit harder to do. And the Michelin has a much nicer and cleaner sport type of sidewall. So I'm honestly so excited to get these things on the car for a couple of reasons. Number one, if the Stelvio handles this damn good with these mediocre tires, this thing should handle absolutely even better. So it's going to have sharper steering, better grip. What we're really looking for is the Continental Cross Contacts. They slip a lot in the rain and on wet leaves, and that just makes me a little concerned going into the winter with the mileage, and these things are worn out. And then, you know, she takes the car up north for work. So I just wanted to make the car a little bit safer, and I wanted to do it now, so now is the right time. Also, these come with a 45,000 mile thread wear warranty. It's that little extra care that doesn't ruin the wheel.
You gotta go nice and slow.
All right, guys, so just got back from the shop. Got the new Michelin Pilot Sport 4S All Seasons mounted. Now, just a little tip, if you guys watch the autofanatic channel, on how to clean the lubricant when they put the tires on. Sometimes it can be very, very hard to clean, and also the mode release agent. So we're gonna clean that up really quick. And a tip that I show on the channel is just take a microfiber towel and some odorless mineral spirits. And we're just gonna saturate the towel just like that. And we're just gonna go over the sidewall real easily. And this is gonna take everything off in one shot. You don't have to get the hose, you don't have to get a tire and rubber cleaner. And then what I usually do inside the bead area, I take, these are the little nylon detailing sticks that I sell in the Autofanatic web shop. We wrap them like that, and we go just like this. And this is going to ensure that you get all that lubricant outside this bead area. Okay. And that's it. It's just more effective, and it also gives the better foundation for tire dressings to stick and bond to the tire and also adhere a little bit better. So that's pretty much it. So we're going to take, this is the new Autofanatic Mega Gloss Tire Shine. Just going to take some on a foam applicator pad. And the one thing that I really hated about the Continentals was dressing the tires. And automatically, you guys could see it, the Michelin's just dressed much, much nicer. And this sidewall has a laser etched pattern, so you're going to get like a satin feel to the sidewall. You're not going to get that high gloss because of the design of the sidewall and the rubber. And that's it. So this thing is looking good. So I just want to show you guys a little technique on these satin sidewalls, the way these tires are manufactured. So if you want to get more shine, instead of wiping the product, just go along the sidewall like this with your applicator. And of course, you're going to want to make sure you let it dry so you don't get any fling up on the side of the car. So that's pretty much it. So let me just finish this up. I'll pull the camera back and I'll show you guys the visual of the new Michelin Pilot Sport 4S All Seasons. They look absolutely outstanding. So you guys can see it right there. So the one thing you'll notice, the tire has a smoother, rounder shoulder, very similar to a high performance tire because these are high performance all seasons. This is the front tire. already perfectly dressed. And like I said, just using the technique of dabbing the tire dressing on there looks absolutely incredible. So they look better, they feel better. I'm very, very happy with them. So I'm just gonna get cleaned up, put everything inside, and we're gonna go for a little bit of a drive, and I'm gonna talk to you more about the Alfa Romeo Stelvio TI Sport and the transformation that these tires made to it immediately. Unbelievable. So stay tuned for the rest of the video. The car feels awesome. All right, guys, so now we're in the Stelvio TI. I'm just gonna take you guys for a little road test and talk a little bit about the difference that the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S all-season tires have made. The differences are substantial. We got Miss Autofanatic in the back, and the first thing that she noticed was, what did you notice? The difference between the original tires and these new ones.
Just quieter, smoother.
Significantly quieter and so much smoother. Steering response has gone up like 35%. The handling has definitely been increased by a very, very big margin. I mean, you can see it. I'm flying through here at 65 miles an hour with 100% confidence, and it's a lot quieter in the cabin. And just by throwing this tire on this chassis, this is the Giorgio platform, you know, it's the same platform design as the Quadrifoglio, it feels like a real sports car now. It doesn't feel like an SUV. There is no SUV in the world that feels like this platform. As far as the front end, the sharp steering, it's incredible. Now, the Continental tires, you know, they're just a mediocre OEM tire, and when OEMs, any manufacturer puts a tire on the car, it's not because they sit down and say, hey, we're gonna put the best tire for the consumer. No, what they do is they bid it out, and they say, well, whoever's gonna come in at the lowest price to maximize their profits in production, that's the tire that gets thrown on the car. So the Continental Cross Contact, even when I talked to my wholesale rep at the Tire Rack, he even said, he goes, it just doesn't have a really good rating, and it doesn't really excel at anything. It's just a generalized mediocre tire. And it doesn't even have a treadwear warranty, whereas the Michelins that are on this now, they have a 45,000 mile treadwear warranty, which is definitely great. So, you know, I was looking at some of the Continentals, the DWSs, and also the Vrendensteins. Now, what steered me away from the Continental, and I've had them on customers' cars where they insisted on putting like the DWS 06, it just totally kills the steering and the front end. And this car, that's the sweet spot of this chassis, especially this is a 2019. It's not the newer one where they changed the Ackerman angle and the front end geometry. So I really didn't want to change that. I wanted to enhance what was already there. And, you know, Michelin is really the way to go. So when you look at the Vrendensteins, the all-season Hypertrack, looks like a pretty good tire. But then when I was talking to my wholesale rep and, you know, just going back and forth, you know, there was a price differential of only $170, you know, between the Vrendensteins and the Michelins. So I think it got to the point where when you're already spending about $1,000 on a set of tires, I don't think $170 differential is going to make or break you financially. I just don't see it how that's even going to be a consideration. So, you know, I'm always a firm believer, just get the best you could afford, unless there was a substantial price difference. But it just feels incredible. I mean, I'm moving at a very high rate of speed. And are you nervous back there?
No.
No, not at all, because the chassis is so damn planted. It's incredible. It really is. Absolutely incredible. So if anybody out there that's got a Stelvio TI and, you know, really wants to maximize the potential, or like, you know, when we were driving this car, we got 22,000 miles, the car was getting very rough. The ride quality was getting rough. It was getting noisy. And it was actually making the car feel very cheap. And I can't believe that the tires were causing all of that just because they were worn out and it was just a mediocre tire from the get-go. So the impact resistance over manhole covers and potholes is like 50% quieter. Tires are smoother, so you have less cabin noise. And the handling is just off the charts. Absolutely off the charts incredible. And they're smooth, right?
Yeah.
They're just whisper smooth. So super excited, and I'll probably post some updated content on these tires when we do get our first snowfall, because the Continentals were okay the first winter. The second winter, they were getting a little sketchy, and they were getting to the point where they were slipping a lot recently in the rain and on wet leaves, especially when you're going around any kind of cornering. So that's why I just took it into my liberty to just, you know, retire the car now before the winter gets bad. And I did look at the option of putting a strict, snow only, high performance winter tire, but I was like, you know what? We're not going to really be driving long distance in like a blizzard. It's just not really where our life is in the past 2 years. So I didn't really want to sacrifice swapping out the tires and wheels and possibly damaging the wheels, because every time you take the tire off the rim, you're always going to possibly run into a risk of damaging something, scratching the rim or the barrel, and I just didn't want to deal with that. And I didn't want to order another set of wheels just to have another set of things to throw into our storage warehouse. But yeah, these tires are absolutely no joke. Incredible. And you could feel it, just like little inputs like what I'm just doing right there. You could feel it in your side bolsters, how the car is gripping so much better than the OEM tire. I mean, the level of confidence to go through roads like this in an SUV, it's just unheard of. It really is. So, my word of advice, if anybody that watches this channel and has a Stelvio, so a lot of people have the Stelvios for their wives or a secondary car, and they have the Quadrifoglio for the toy. I'm going to tell you right now, the tires, oh my God, do they transform this chassis. It is just unbelievable. And I mentioned that too, even in my Quadrifoglio content, just by getting those courses off, because the course is a good tire, but it's not a great tire. I just think Michelin, puts out a better tire for the street. But that's it, man. So these tires are an absolute home run. If you guys have any questions or comments, or if you actually have these on your Stelvio, contact me. Let me know what you think. Let me know the mileage. Let me know any negatives that you guys may have experienced. I want to hear from you guys. And definitely stay tuned to the channel and also the autofanatic website blog, because I probably will do some updated content as the tires wear out, as we drive through more inclement weather, and as the temperatures drop. Now, on our Infiniti Q50 Red Sport, we had the Michelin AS3 Pluses, which was the earlier version. I think they superseded that into this version now. And they were a good tire in the winter. The problem we had on the Infiniti is we put a new set of tires on, and then the thread blocks and the entire tire had stress cracks throughout the casing, and then they give us a little bit of a hard time with the warranty, and then we ended up getting rid of the car, so it didn't really matter. But that was a little disappointing with the AS3 Pluses, because I'm a firm fanboy of Michelin tires, and I mean, this thing is just, it's bonkers. It really is. I'm driving this thing the way I drive my Quadrifoglio. And, even though this doesn't have the horsepower and the torque of the Quadrifoglio, it doesn't matter, because you could still have fun, shifting in between gears, because the chassis is so damn good. And that's why the Alfa Romeo, the Stelvio, or the Giulia, they're just incredible cars. There's nothing else that's out there that drives like it or has the dynamic feel of these cars, and that's why I say they're so special, and that's why guys that are really into driving, they put up with all the nonsense with dealer support and customer support. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned to more channel for more Alfa Romeo content. And like I said, if you guys are on the fence about tires, think about what you want to spend, but if you really want the best high performance all season that's going to go on your Stelvio, it's going to enhance every component of the handling, steering, braking, and wet weather and snow traction, this is the tire you're going to want to get, is the Michelin Pilot Sport All Season 4. And like I said, about $1,000. It's just a no-brainer. So hope you guys like this video. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next one soon.